Oh, I'm live. This is exciting. I've got double screens going on, so I'm kind of like getting organized here. But if you can see me, let me know. Hang on. Love this. I think there is a little bit of a delay, but that's all right. I just want you guys to let me know when you can hear me. I am super pumped and super excited. As you guys are probably sick of hearing me say, I've said it that many times over this last week. But let me know. And yeah, I can definitely see that we're going to have a bit of a delay happening as always with these things. But yay, Sam, you can hear me. You can see me. Awesome. Tell me, can you hear me? I want to make sure that you guys can definitely hear me. I don't want to be just talking at you with nothing coming out. Not up to miming. So let me know. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Sam. I really appreciate you. And Anantha, I am super appreciative of you, my friend, for letting me know that there was an issue with the link this morning. Oh, my God, that could have been disastrous. And thanks to you, amazing Anantha, you saved the day. And people might not even know that, but I'm so grateful for you. And awesome. Thank you, Marco and Lisa. Tell me, guys, where in the world are you? I can see I've got Anantha who's joining 3:30 a.m. from India. I'm so touched that you are getting up so early to be here. Oh, my gosh. And Dawn's here. I love it. And yes, Sam, I'm absolutely grateful that you guys are here. I know Hassani's here too. And Justin's here. And yes, I've said hello to Marco. And Lisa's here. Awesome. And thank you so much for that compliment there, Sam. I so appreciate that. And Marco, USA 5 p.m. still Sunday. Yeah. Well, I'm over here in the future on the Monday morning, and it's pretty brilliant. So you got lots to look forward to. And I am really just ready and raring to share today's content with you guys. Keep letting me know. Sam's from San Francisco, one of my favorite places on earth. I've got some family who live in beautiful San Francisco. It's one of my absolute favorite places to visit and definitely fly into. I think it's one of the most beautiful cities to fly into. Love it. So thanks for joining from San Francisco. If you guys don't know, I am in Melbourne, Australia, my hometown. And Roxana's here from Milton, Ontario in Canada. That's so awesome. I so get excited when you guys are from all these different places around the world. It's so energizing to me. Don't you just love technology? Don't you just love that we can be in these like thousands and thousands of kilometers or miles away and definitely still connected like this? So it is awesome. And as you guys know, I do these Facebook Lives every single day, and I'm always really spontaneous. I just do them whenever I feel like it, about whatever I feel like it. So I never ever have to wait to share something brilliant with you guys. I just get on camera and do it. And so doing this training, I felt like there's been so much anticipation built up because I just want to give it to you guys, and that's what I'm here to do today. I think we've had up to 180 or odd people register for today's live training. So I definitely want to make sure that everybody has a chance to join me, and I'm super appreciative to each and every one of you guys for joining early and making sure that you're not missing out on any little piece of value from today's session. I'll leave it for a couple more minutes. We can have a chat. Keep letting me know where you're from. Good morning, Jace. Nice to see you. Tell me where. Jace, are you in Brisbane, if I can remember correctly? I might be totally wrong, but let me know. Oh, Anantha, you can't see me? Oh, okay. Everybody keep letting me know. You might need to refresh the page, Anantha, because I've got another screen working now, and it looks like you should be able to see me. So it might be an issue on your end. But guys, keep letting me know if there's any issues, any challenges, anything that's not working. I'm relying on you guys to let me know. So, you know, this is the first time I'm doing a training in this way. So if stuff goes wrong, let me know, and so I can fix it. And definitely no video for you, Anantha. Oh, Gold Coast, Jace. That's right. And Anantha, no video. Okay, Sam can see me. Okay, Anantha, I think that it might be an issue on your end because Justin can see me too. Thank you guys for letting me know. I so appreciate you for doing that. And I'm sorry, Anantha, just refresh the page, maybe close it down, sign back in again, and sound and picture clear. Oh, guys, thank you so much. God, we're a team. I love it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to leave it just for a couple of minutes to make sure that people can click in. I don't want to dive into the content just yet, but I definitely want to make sure that every single one of you guys, you know, you are definitely turn off all other distractions. I've had to do it because, you know, we can get distracted by Facebook or whatever the other thing is. Huss from Southern California, I love it. And Justin, thank you so much for letting me know that you're seeing and hearing. Keep letting me know where you guys are from, whether you can hear me or nothing, or if something's gone wrong, let me know. Definitely turn off all distractions, shut everything down so you're not tempted. Today's training is full of information, but not just information, it's seriously valuable steps. It's all in steps that if you really own this, wow, are you going to absolutely get what you want and enjoy the process. And that's what this whole training is all about. So I want to make sure that you guys have a pen and a paper handy so you can take some notes and really take it in, because, you know, it's one way to take things in when we're just like looking and seeing and hearing. But as soon as we put pen to paper, we engage both sides of the brain and we actually really consume it and we actually really take it in. So, and then what I'd say afterwards is to read over your notes, and that's how you'll really get this stuff. Wow. I'm seeing my hands are like making these big gestures on this other video I've got. So let's just see here. And oh, the numbers are going up. It's so awesome to see you guys here. Say hi. Tell me where you're from. I want to know who's in the house. And also I want you guys to know Caden's here. Yay. That's so awesome. And Caden, I know, is from Houston, Texas. So that's so awesome, representing so many different parts of the world. I love it. So I want to let you guys know also that this will be different to a Facebook Live. So as you know, Facebook Live, I'm on camera. I'm interacting with you all the time like I'm kind of doing with you guys right now. But this is going to be a proper webinar presentation that I want to give to you guys, that I've spent so much time organizing and structuring for you so that you can absolutely take this information and run with it. And so let me just check in. Spokane, west of Seattle. Awesome, Dennis. Thanks for joining. And Ogden, Utah. Justin, that's awesome. I love Utah. So beautiful to have you guys here. But I will be doing questions at the end. So as I'm going through and training you guys on all these amazing different steps, well, then I'm going to jump back in and I'm going to be answering questions after the training. So I'm going to have it open, but I'm not going to be really responding to the questions until the end. So I would love for you, because we might get a bunch of comments throughout the process. So keep commenting away. I want to hear from you. I want to hear your feedback, and I'll be checking in. But questions that you want me to answer, if you could please just put a bunch of question marks, like just put 5 or so question marks before your question so that I can see it when I scroll back through the comments, and definitely not miss it, so I can make sure that you're absolutely getting it. And we've just had Ricardo from Portugal. Oh my gosh, I love Portugal. Such a beautiful country, part of the world, one of my favorite places I've ever been. And Kathy, you finally got on. Hello to you. Good to be here. Awesome. So great to see you. Another Melbourne girl like me. And Anantha, yes, got the video on. Love hearing that. Loving that that's all working for you now, Anantha. So it's 5 minutes past and the numbers are going up, and I really want to, Rose is here from Houston, Texas as well. That's so, so awesome. So great to see all of your beautiful names pop up. I wish it was your faces, but it's so, so awesome that you guys are here with me joining. So I don't want to take too long because I want to respect your time, and I've got so much that I want to share with you guys today. So I think we'll just get into it. How about that? So keep letting me know, and if there's any problems in terms of sound or visual, we've got a bit of a delay, but I will make sure that I see it at some point. And definitely, like I said, turn off all distractions, have your pen and paper ready. And definitely, if you've got any questions, put a bunch of question marks in front of your question, drop it in the comment section, and I will definitely get to that by the end of today's training. So I think we've waited long enough, and I think we should dive into. Let's go. So what do I got to do? I'm going to share my screen with you. So let's get into it. I am going to share this, and bear with me while I just get my stuff together. View, let's do it. So you guys have just got to the 8-step formula to get what you want and enjoy the process. And if I haven't told you as many times enough already, I am so pumped and super excited because I'm going to be sharing with you the step-by-step approach to get what you want and absolutely enjoy the process. I'm going to introduce you to the 8 steps you need to understand and apply to achieve what you want in life. And this is really ultimately a blueprint for results and fulfillment. So it's super exciting. And if you really want the formula to get what you want, you have absolutely come to the right place. And I'm so excited to have all of you guys here. I so appreciate you making the time and being on live. But it might get a little bit awkward if you're somebody who's not willing to do the work to reach your potential. These are going to be steps that you first need the awareness of, but you got to get into action on. So, and I'm going to be talking into every single one of them, so you are absolutely geared up with what you need to have to be successful. And I want to make sure that you guys are totally aware that I'm going to be giving an extra special bonus, but it's only going to be available to you if you stay on this training with me until the very, very end. So make sure that you're here with me, and I cannot wait to give you that special gift just for every single one of you guys who make it to the end of today's amazing training. And so what you're going to get in today's training is you're going to discover the 8 steps to gain the clarity and the direction that you need to achieve any goal. This is priceless. You're also going to learn how to pinpoint limitations and stop them from sabotaging your success for good. You know, this is just absolutely what is necessary. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what's holding you back. And that's what these 8 steps is going to help clarify for you as well. And also, you're going to start to progress towards your most fulfilling life and experience true empowerment by having the awareness of these steps. And then after the training today, I'm going to give you an opportunity to work with me and accelerate your progress. And I am even more excited to share that opportunity with you guys. I'm just practically jumping out of my skin with everything that I've got to really dive into with you guys. But I don't know totally who's here. So I want to make sure that if there's anybody joining who doesn't know who the hell I am, who is this Vanessa? I want to share with you guys a little about me before we dive into the training. Just quickly, just a brief background on me, but what you're reading right now on this page is the #1 regret of the dying, outlined in Bronnie Ware's book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying, which is, I wish I had have had the courage to live a life true to myself rather than one I felt was expected of me. And this absolutely depicts my complete life story so far and why I do what I do. And really, you know, as a kid and well into my 20s, I never even knew who I was or what I wanted. I was the absolute chameleon who people pleased at the expense of my own truth, because I gained my identity and my self-worth from meeting and attempting to exceed the expectations of others and the ones that I ultimately wanted the approval and love of. So I was completely focused on the external world, and I had really little to no connection with my internal world or what it was that I wanted. So not knowing what I wanted to do with my life as I was edging closer to leaving school, I even let my brother pick my university degree for me, which ended up being probably one of the most draining experiences of my life, going to uni, doing a degree that I had no interest in. So what happened was I ended up just partying my life away, just completely distracting myself. I was going out partying 6 nights a week. That's how I just lived. I just lived to going out and meeting new people and having fun and all of that sort of stuff. But really, it was just me covering up for that emptiness that I really felt inside, because I didn't know who I was and I didn't know what I wanted. So I ended up working in corporate arena, you know, doing the old 9-to-5 job. I worked in mortgages at a bank, and I had a bunch of fun doing that, but it was so not fulfilling. But then everything absolutely collapsed in my life all at once. And I'm not sure if you've had an experience like this happen to you in your life, but all at once, I broke up a long-term relationship of 4 or nearly 5 years. I had to move out of my home that I'd had for the same amount of time. I lost my very best girlfriend, you know, the person I confided in with everything. The business that I worked at, it actually closed down because of the global financial crisis. I had to move back home with my parents, and I hadn't lived at home since I was 18 years old. And I had to, I went back to being a uni student, and all of this stuff happened where I lost my identity and I entered what I call situational depression. So it wasn't about a chemical imbalance. It was everything happening all at once, losing my identity and my life, and I entered this massive situational depression. So at that point, I tried to find as much meaning as I could with what I knew. And I decided to do law at university purely because I had no idea what I wanted to do. My model of the world was, in order to grow, you went and did another uni degree. And I thought, well, if I could do law, then it would give me the most amount of options to decide what I want to do. And also, I'd be, I came from a very highly academic family, so I'd be meeting the expectations I felt were projected onto me by being a lawyer, or a doctor, or an engineer or something like that. So I decided to do law. Then I was well on my way to becoming a lawyer. I had about 1.5 years left on my law degree. And things weren't feeling that great the longer it was going on. I was kind of, physically I was having these effects of not being able to leave the couch, just being totally drained every time I had to go and study or do anything toward it. And it was about at this time that I was introduced to the world of personal development and taken to my very first Tony Robbins event, Unleash the Power Within. Didn't even know that man existed. Gosh, would I not be where I am today without him? And absolutely had zero idea that the realm of personal development actually existed. So I was at this event, my very first event, and this is where I started bringing up that inner voice that knew I wasn't doing the right thing. I was on the totally wrong path, but I kept kind of dulling it down, just taking piece by piece. But I loved that event, and it made me sign up to Mastery University. And so within a couple more months, I was at Date with Destiny, the second Tony Robbins event. And this is really where everything fell into place for me. So there was this moment, and I'm sitting in this room with 2,000 people, and oh my gosh, I am in the biggest battle in my mind I've ever had in my entire life. I was so anxious, and it was my overthinking, fearful mind trying to battle my inner wisdom. My inner wisdom was saying, you are not on the right path. Law is not for you. What the hell are you doing? Wake up. And my overthinking, fearful mind was saying, no, 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 shush, shush. You're too old to make a change. You have to finish what you started. And I'm there and I'm battling this out. And oh my gosh, you know those sort of synchronistic kind of moments that you think, how did that just happen? Well, this is kind of what happened for me. So in this moment, I'm battling, and this woman stands up in the room, across the room, and she said, Tony, I am so excited. I'm so grateful. And Tony's like, why? What's happened for you? What's going on? And she stood up and she said, oh my gosh, Tony, I have just made the most incredible, empowering realization I think I could ever make. I became a lawyer. I've made the realization that I actually became a lawyer to get the love and approval of my dad. I thought that's who I needed to be in order to gain his love. And I've been very successful at what I do, but I've been divorced 3 times and my children do not talk to me, and I actually hate what I do. But I am so incredibly overwhelmed with gratitude right now, because at age 65, I have my entire life left to live. I'm so young to make this discovery now and have my whole life lived to be exactly how I want it to be and not to the expectations of anybody else. And I'm actually tearing up just talking into this for you guys, because there I was at age 25, not 65 like this woman who was completely overwhelmed with gratitude. I was 25, battling my fear of being too old to live a life true to myself. And so in that moment, that is where everything shifted for me. My gosh, I'm so emotional about this, because it's meant so much. My life would not be as it is if I didn't have this realization at that point in my life. And I finally gave myself permission to quit what it was that I knew wasn't right. That was the path of law. Even though I didn't know exactly what I wanted, I gave myself permission in that moment to discover what that was. And that is when I was also introduced to the book by Bronnie Ware, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. And I was absolutely blown away when I read the #1 regret of the dying. I wish I had have had the courage to live a life true to myself rather than one I felt was expected of me. And this is why I do the work that I do, because it is absolutely my experience. I shudder at the thought to think where I would be if I hadn't been introduced to self-development and been given the opportunity to make these kind of realizations. And that's why I do the work that I do. And it's why now I work as an international professional speaker, a group trainer, and a transformational coach who empowers individuals and teams to discover who they are, have the courage to live authentically, and to meaningfully contribute to the world. I run my own business, traveling the world, educating myself, using myself as a guinea pig, experiencing firsthand and simplifying the tools I find most valuable so that I can fast track the success of others, wake them up to their genius, and help them to unleash their greatness for the betterment of this world and the evolution and the expansion of human consciousness. I truly believe that everyone has a unique genius that is authentic and enlivening to them, and that if we could all discover what that is for us and align fully with it, we would access our greatness and be of maximum value to this world. I really do believe that personal growth and a focus on contribution leads us all in our own unique ways to true fulfillment in our lives. And I'm on an absolute mission to empower the lives of all I touch, to wake them up to the beauty of humanity that resides in each of us. And that is why I am so incredibly excited that you guys are here with me today, because I'm hopefully going to get to fulfill on a piece of my mission by sharing with you the 8-step formula to get what you want and enjoy the process. Some people stumble upon the tools that I'm going to share with you today intuitively, and once they have them, their world seems to open up. But this may take years of trial and error, and others stumble around in the dark and never really make any breakthrough. So I'm about to introduce you to the 8 steps you need to understand and apply to achieve what you want in life. And as I said earlier, this is ultimately a blueprint for results and fulfillment. When things aren't going the way that you want them to, one or more of the 8 steps is missing or being used incorrectly. And when all steps are functioning effectively, they become one of the pathways to stop the frustration of not getting what you want and not being able to heal an area of your life that continues to trouble you. The 8-step formula can be applied with equal success in any area of your life. And I'd absolutely encourage you guys to, as you follow along today, think about which area of your life could be the biggest source of fulfillment if you were to achieve the results that you really want in this moment in time. This is really going to help to make the lesson practical and relevant to your personal situation. So think about it. Is it the area of your money, your finances? Is it your intimate relationship, or maybe your family relationships? Is it your health? Is it your career and business? Is it your spirituality and your meaning and purpose in the world? Think about what area of life, if you really focused on it and got some results in it, it would absolutely be most fulfilling to you right now. Because the 8 steps are ultimately the ultimate personal development tools. And sometimes, as I'm sure you're aware, we can't know what we don't know, and we may not realize what's currently holding us back. But with the 8-step formula, you can feel assured that the answer is under one of these steps, because the 8 steps covers all the ways we're conscious and functional in our world in order to achieve. So whether your problem has a deep unconscious source or is something you have been aware of but just cannot shift, the answer is here in what I'm about to share with you. And I know this because applying the 8-step formula has made a massive difference to every area of my life and the lives of all the individuals and the groups that I've worked with personally. I want to give you a quick warning before we jump in though. The 8-step formula will not stop you from having any problems. Problems, as I hope you're aware, are absolutely necessary for our growth. But what these steps will do instead is make solving your problems so much easier, and they ensure that future problems are part of the pathway to your success and not a repeated pattern that will not shift. So have you got your area? I want to hear from you. Drop in the comment section below. Let me know, what is the area that you most want to grow in your life? Where is your focus right now? And definitely let us dive in. Cannot wait to share the first step with you. So let's get into it now. So number 1, the first step is to get authentically inspired. So, oh my gosh, if we really want to get what we want, we need to firstly be inspired. This is what gives us the energy and the enthusiasm to begin and to sustain the process of achievement. So really, really want to dive into this one with you, but I don't know if you've ever sort of felt like you don't know what's most inspiring to you, or maybe, you lack the energy and the drive and the motivation, or maybe you feel like you're always living to the expectations of maybe society or family, or even your own expectations that just don't feel good. Or maybe you just don't believe that you can have whatever you want. And if that is how, if any of those sort of struggles that you've experienced, what we really need to do to make the most of this first step is we must master the principle of energy. Now, I want to break down some core beliefs that so many of us take with this concept around energy. And absolutely, we need the physical level, like we need to get enough sleep and nutrition and exercise and deal with stress and all of that great stuff. But we don't understand. We look at kids, right? And we wish, oh my God, I wish I had the energy that those kids have. And we think then that energy comes from youth. But have you ever watched a kid completely lose all energy and drop on the floor when you tell them to do something that they don't want to do? So we definitely do it. And also, think about a time when you went to work and you did something all day that you just felt like you had to do, and you collapse on the couch and you're so drained and you just don't know how you can go on another minute. And then all of a sudden you get a phone call from a friend or somebody that you're really interested in, and they're like, hey, do you want to go do this fun thing? Do you want to go out? And all of a sudden you're absolutely jumping out of your skin. You're getting dressed, you're getting ready, you're excited, you're pumped, and you're ready to go, and you go out and you spend all this time out and you're totally energized. And why that really is because the secret of energy is really inspiration. And most people in life rely on motivation. And so, when we rely on motivation, it's why we can't sustain success, because we're relying on some external source or person or thing that will motivate us to do something we're not really called to do. And it's short-lived, and that's how we get stopping and starting and, all the rest of it. But what we've got to think about, what really inspires us, that's what gives us the sustainable motivation and energy to really get the job done and stay with it when we go through tough times in attaining everything that's worth ever attaining. So this is why the number one step is absolutely that you have to get authentically inspired. It can't be anybody else's, thing or expectation or thing they think you should be doing. You have to tap into your untapped, unlimited energy source, which is all stemming from your ability to tap into what inspires you authentically. And this is absolutely governed by the law of belief. So each of these steps has a corresponding principle that I'm going to share with you, a secret, and also a universal law that governs it. So keep that all in mind. I'm just going to keep going through these steps, and definitely let me know any insights that you guys are coming up with. But ultimately, what we believe is what we achieve. So we've really got to make the most of believing what is possible. We need to dream big like a kid, get that energy and that from that inspiration, and we need to believe that anything is possible. If we don't master that step, we can't move on and successfully complete the whole formula, which will lead us to getting what we want and enjoying the process. So got to start here, number one. Then once we've mastered our energy through our authentic inspiration, we can move on to step 2, which is to focus on what you want. So this one, this is really where the secret came into play. So the secret talked into the law of attraction that really governs this particular step in the formula. And the problem with the secret, though, was it got a bunch of people focusing on what they wanted and absolutely mastering this step, but they didn't have the other 7 steps that go in this formula. So they were sitting at home praying for that $1 million check and focusing for that $1 million check to just show up in the mail. And they kept checking the mailbox, but they weren't finding anything there because they didn't have the other steps interconnected with this particular step of focusing on what you want. If you really want to get what we want, we need to concentrate on one thing and focus our time and energy on that one thing. After all, if you don't know what you want, you can't concentrate on it. And that means it's not going to be easy to attract into your life. When you know what you want, you can focus your energy, you can make decisions, you can organize your time, and you can absolutely take action. But have you ever felt like you don't really know what you want, or you're too easily distracted and taken off purpose? Or maybe you feel like you just constantly are falling into uncontrollable procrastination. Well, if any of those things are true, then really what you need to do is master the principle of concentration. And the secret of concentration is absolute focus. We've got to focus on what we want and cut away the distractions. So you might have heard of your reticular activating system, or your RAS for short. That's the part of the brain that allows you to ignore all the unimportant details in your environment and take notice of what is actually important to you, wanted and needed. If you do not decide what you want, your RAS cannot help you find it or find it in your environment. And I love this quote from Jim Rohn, which he said, if you know what you want and want it bad enough, you will find a way to get it. And this is absolutely depicting this second step of focusing on what you want and talking into the law of attraction. You know, we attract into our lives whatever we are focusing on. So that is the second step we've got to master before we can move to the next. But once we have mastered our concentration through focusing on what we want, we can move to step 3, which is open up to receive. Oh, this is one of my absolute favorites because so many beautiful people focus on what they want, but they end up pushing away the very thing that they desire because of hidden fears in their subconscious mind. We need to ensure we are truly willing to receive what we want. This takes a form of vulnerability because we're admitting to what we really want and then connecting to the people and resources that will help us to make it happen. But have you ever felt like you didn't really feel worthy of receiving? Or maybe you felt more comfortable just giving all the time? Or have you ever felt like vulnerability was just really a weakness, so you didn't want to go there? Or maybe you just need to be the one who's in control and it scares you to be out of control. If any of those struggles resonate with you, we've absolutely got to master the principle of receptivity. I love this one. So many people are able to attract what they want, like I said, but they push it away or they sabotage it because they do not know how to receive. And really, think about how you receive compliments. Do you say thank you with gratitude and make the giver feel amazing, for giving you that gift? Or do you kind of block it, shun it away and just kind of dull it down and not be able to receive it? Well, ultimately, most people don't know how to receive compliments, gifts, or money into their lives because they're missing the secret of vulnerability. So think about it this way. When you give to somebody, you're the one in control. And when you receive something from somebody, you are not in control of anything but how you respond to receiving the gift. So when you can't receive, people stop giving to you. Think about when you're not appreciated, when you give somebody a gift and it's not appreciated, how inspired are you to continue to give to that person? And the same thing happens in all areas of our success in every single area of our lives. But if a person has high self-esteem, they don't mind being vulnerable because they don't believe that exposing themselves will reveal anything negative or make them unsafe. So they do not have a need to be in constant control, and they're much more able to actually receive. They trust the intentions of others, and they also believe that the exchange the giver deserves, in the exchange, the giver really deserves their gratitude. They receive graciously. And remember that, with this step, you're never going to be successful or really gain the success that you and I both know that you're capable of when you can't receive money, or recognition in exchange for what you love to do. So it's really good to practice becoming accomplished at this, being able to receive, through receiving gifts better and compliments really well. And the message you give your subconscious mind is that you don't have to exhaust yourself to gain money, attention, or love because you're in flow of receiving and it comes naturally for you. That's what happens when you master this principle and you utilize the power of vulnerability. And it's governed by the law of openness, which is really, we receive to the degree that we're open to receiving. So, we've really got to master this one before we can move on. But once we have mastered our ability to open up and receive, we can absolutely move on to step 4, which is to nurture your creativity. So all you guys out there who are absolutely creatives, I know I've spoken to so many of you, this is one that you might be particularly good at, but let's have a look. So when we nurture your creativity, this is really the time to imagine clearly what we want and put the time and effort into actually birthing it. So we've got to imagine and create what we want, and then we've got to really nurture it through its upbringing. So it's important to fall in love with what you want, so you're willing to do what it takes to nurture it into being, kind of like a mum. This is kind of like a mother archetype behind this one, where you give birth to your child and you got all the oxytocin, got all that inspiration to really look after it and nurture it into being. And that's what we've got to do with whatever we're looking to achieve. So think about what you would be willing to do for that child. This is the same level of commitment that is needed to create what you truly desire. And if you can't get to this place, it means that you haven't done the first 3 steps properly yet. So I would most likely say you haven't fully tapped into that inspiration. So that's step 1, tapping into that energy from that inspiration. But have you ever felt like you don't believe you're creative or imaginative, or maybe you don't have the ability to think outside the box, or maybe you just feel like you're just constantly trapped in this scarcity mindset? Well, if any of that is true, you really need to master the principle of creativity. So people oftentimes think of creativity as art, or illustration or storytelling or painting or whatever it is. But in fact, creativity can be expressed in all those realms. But really what we're referring to is your, creativity being the problem solving. It's all about problem solving and adapting, innovating, adapting, problem solving. And without creativity, there's, really no ability to think outside the box and find new solutions, and therefore evolve and really, get that innovation going. So the secret to creativity is the secret of imagination. And so before you can create anything, you absolutely need to be able to imagine it. And I love this quote by Albert Einstein, where he said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited to all we now know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all there ever will be to know and understand." I love that. And you can use imagination and creativity to produce a wonderful life full of what you really want, or you can use the same faculty to create problems and drama. So both use imagination and creativity. However, the outcome depends on what they choose to focus on in the principle of concentration. So have you focused on, what you actually want, or have you focused on compensating for what you fear? Because whatever we imagine is what we will create. That's really what the law of abundance is all about. So is it abundance or lack that you are absolutely creating in your life through your imagination? So we've got to absolutely be mindful of that and be geared in the right direction to master this 4th step of nurturing your creativity. And once we've mastered our ability to tap into our creativity and imagination, we can move on to step 5. Not my favorite. This one is all about getting structured and organized. Oh, I used to really struggle with this one. It's one where I'm absolutely focusing my most time and attention. And that's why I really want to share this with you. This is the one I've been mainly focusing on. So next, it is absolutely, after you've completed the first 4 steps and you've absolutely mastered them, next, it's important to have keen insight into what you have created and to provide the structures that will support its growth. This requires organization and power, and the power to protect what you have created from outside influences that may distract you or even rubbish your ideas and throw you off path. So have you ever felt restricted by structure, or maybe that you overvalue the opinions of others over your own and you get thrown off by their criticism? Or maybe you just feel like you just lack the clarity or the direction and you just don't feel like you can progress. Well, I resonate with a bunch of those. And so what we have to do is we must master the principle of organization. And I love that, the term organization, it comes from the word organ. And if we think about the word, organs in our bodies, what do? They assimilate the things that are most important to us, and they absolutely get rid of all the things that aren't important to us. And that's what organization is really all about. So first, we need to use imagination to come up with all the possible ideas or solutions without censorship or criticism. And that's in step 4, when we nurture our creativity. And then once all the ideas have been collected, you use reason to order, prioritize, and structure your ideas so they're appropriately organized. And I know while it's really, really fun to be spontaneous and explore, because that's where I kind of just live my life, there are other times when we absolutely need to set goals and plans of action to achieve our outcomes, because both are necessary for success. And really the secret to getting really organized and mastering the principle of organization is the secret of insight. So this is definitely, the real organization that is the result of feeling at peace inside and having such keen insight into yourself and others that you can create the kind of structures that support creativity rather than suppress it. So insight is the ability to see beyond surface appearances to deeper meaning. It's really the capacity to see below what someone is saying and see what really is going on with their intention. It's also the skill of seeing beyond immediate goals and see a long-term vision. And insight allows us to see inside another human being and inside ourselves so that we can accurately assess, what's going on, and then respond in a way that will create the best outcome. So this one is super important. And I think the more, my experience has been that the more we tap into and we master those first 4 steps, and the more we tap into what we're absolutely called to do, inspired to do, and it's our idea, it's not motivation from expectation, it's absolutely authentically inspired, the more organized and structured we immediately get, because we want to bring this into fruition. And we tend to get also the law of protection that governs this step, which is really all about the degree to which we protect, what we want to create, is the degree to which external influences, lose their weight in their ability to influence what we're doing and take us off course and distract us. So once we've mastered our ability to organize and protect what we want to create, we get to move to step 6. This is taking, another twist. So this one is about being guided by your intuition. So letting your intuition guide you. So following this, you need to let your creation rest a little. Have the time set out to, really be able to assess your intuition, to see if anything more is needed. And I love thinking about intuition as inner tuition. So like your inner teacher, your inner guide, like that just helps me really think about, am I listening to my inner tuition, my inner teacher? And but maybe you felt like you just don't trust yourself, or maybe you don't listen to your inner wisdom, or maybe you feel like you don't take time out to just be present and to even be able to hear that voice. I really didn't hear that voice until, I was 25, sitting in that room at Date with Destiny, and finally really accessing it and giving it more weight than my overthinking, fear-driven mind. That's when everything changed for me, and I was able to tap into and own this 6th step of letting my intuition guide me. And so it's all, so the principle of intuition, really truly effective intuition is beyond reason, but it's not counter to it. Usually our intuition is seen as a process by which you know something accurately without understanding exactly how you even came to that conclusion. And that phenomenon of intuition is likely to come as a result of the hidden workings of the unconscious mind. So the subconscious mind is about 96% of the mind's capacity, and your conscious overthinking mind, is only about 4% of the mind's capacity. So this means that the subconscious mind is picking up and absorbing much more information than the conscious mind is. Unfortunately, though, many people will dismiss their inner knowing because they cannot make sense of it, and then they later say, oh, I knew I should have followed my intuition. I don't know if that's happened to you. It's happened to me a few times, particularly in relationships. As funny as that sounds. But following intuition allows us to make rapid decisions in the uncertainty of the moment. And the key to accurate intuition is the ability to hear the difference between your intuition and emotion. And that leads us to the secret of intuition, which is the secret of listening, and in particular, listening to your inner wisdom. So in order to follow your intuition, you need to be able to listen to it and discern when it's real, So, we need to know whether we're listening to our big fears or we're actually listening to that inner wisdom. There's a difference, and it takes some skill, and it takes work, and it takes a certain set of skills and tools to be able to really tap into that process with your experience. And it's governed by the law of wisdom, this universal law, which is all around, personal suffering is mitigated by the degree to which we listen intuitively. So once we've mastered our ability to tap into our intuitive wisdom and let it guide us, we can move on to step 7. Yes, be intelligently selective. Oh, yeah. So, once we've completed those first 6 steps, it's then important to become aware of what to keep and what to trim. So maybe in a book or a course or anything that you're looking to create, there's sections that you may like, but they may be a bit confusing or irrelevant. So you may need to have enough self-love and confidence to cut those things away so that others can easily understand what you've created. You also need to let go of others' judgments so that you can express yourself clearly. And this calls for the ability to discern and to make decisions. But maybe you felt like you lack self-love, or maybe you feel like you people please at the expense of your truth, or maybe you lack confidence, or you feel confused about what to say yes and what to say no to. So if any of that is true, then absolutely we've got to master the principle of discernment. So discernment is the ability to make correct assessments of a situation without reactivity and then take appropriate action. So, if you can discern effectively, you can cut away what's not accurate and not important, and you can also create effective boundaries. So a great example of this one, I don't know about you, but, sometimes in my past, I've been less than discerning about who I should be in a long-term relationship with. And I haven't thought that through, and I've always allowed other people to kind of select me without me selecting them and being future projecting into the future about, well, is this going to be right for me? Is this person right for me? And so this has been a principle that I've absolutely used to not master, and I've absolutely stepped into doing a lot of work in this realm as well. Because ultimately, we have to be able to create effective boundaries, and the way that we are able to know what we need to say yes to and what we need to say no to and be intelligently selective is the secret of self-love. Because when we love ourselves, we can make decisions that come from security and self-esteem rather than fear and reactivity. When we ask, what is the most self-loving thing I can do in this situation, we're able to cut through the fog of confusion and find clarity. Many people think of self-love as the same as selfishness, but they are completely different. So when we make decisions that come from selfishness, the decisions we make benefit us at the detriment of others. But when we love ourselves and the decisions we make are for the greater good, even if there's pain and hurt to begin with, in the end, the decisions are always for the best. We have to value and love ourselves and others by being true to ourselves and being intelligently selective. And this is governed by the law of connection. So that's really all about, the fact that our connection with others is a reflection of our connection with ourselves. And once we've mastered our ability to be intelligently selective, trim the fat, know what to say yes to, what to say no to, be guided in the right direction, and not say yes to things that take us away from what we're actually looking to achieve, and be able to say no to those things and be able to know what is going to move us in the direction of what we want to achieve and saying yes to that. So once we've mastered that, we can absolutely move to the final step in the formula, which is to take massive action. So, all right. So finally, we've got to take action and persist in that action until you obtain results. This allows you to get what you have created out there so that others can see it, buy it, and tell others about it if it's a product or service. Or if you want a relationship, the same principle applies. You need to let others know what you want so they know you are available. But have you ever felt like you don't follow through on your commitments? Or maybe you're always waiting for someone else to come along and make it happen for you. Or maybe you just don't trust yourself to take action or complete things. Well, if any of that resonated, then you really need to master the principle of results. Obviously, the best results are the outcomes that you gain by achieving the goals that you have set, but we're always constantly getting results no matter what we do, because results are the end product of behavior. But the question is, are you getting the results that you want? And just as important, are the results that you're getting making you happy? In order to get what we want, we need to follow the first 7 principles of achievement, but in the end, we must take action to be successful. And this secret that is backed up with the principle of results is no big secret at all. It's probably the most obvious of them all, but it's the key. The secret of action is the key to taking the kind of action, and it's key to taking the kind of action that leads towards a successful outcome. Not just getting crazy and taking all this action and feeling like you're doing all this busy work, but actually you haven't completed the first 7 steps and you don't know exactly in what direction you need to take that action that's going to get you the result. So it's absolutely incredible how often people take action that leads them away from what they want rather than towards it. I know I've done it a lot in my life in hindsight, and that's why I'm so grateful to know these steps now and be able to implement them and learn about these universal laws so that I can know that I'm on the right path in terms of where I'm going to put that action. So this is often due to people not feeling worthy of achievement and sabotaging their success. When they're getting into all this action, but they're not getting the results that they want. Or maybe people are afraid of criticism, so they don't put themselves out there where others may judge them. Or without taking action, it is never going to be possible to get what we want. So we've got to absolutely set our goals and achieve them by taking action. And this is absolutely, we've got to look at the law of completion, which is totally embodying this step. And it's really the fact that work expands so as to fill the time available for its completion. We need to know and be guided in the right direction, and have the right time frames for our action so that we can absolutely get our results. So that is the final step of there, but really my most important tip of all is you have to complete in this specific order. So that's the 8-step formula to get what you want and enjoy the process. And proper application of these steps will absolutely ensure your success. But think about it this way. If you don't first gain the energy in step 1, you're not going to be able to move on and really focus in step 2. And if you don't focus, you're not going to be able to, really be able to open up and receive, which is absolutely step 3. And if you can't open up to receive, you won't be able to tap into and really nurture your creativity in step 4. And if you don't use your creativity, you'll have nothing to organize in step 5. And if you're not organized, you won't be able to relax and listen to your intuition's guidance. And then if you can't be guided by your intuition, you won't know what are the right actions for you to take. So, what I've shared with you today is what I believe to be the most powerful formula you could ever hope to have on your journey towards reaching your highest potential in all areas of your life. But it takes really diving deep and getting experience with understanding and implementing each of the 8 steps, their associated principles, their secrets, and the corresponding universal law in order to progress at our highest capacity. And that is exactly why I want to introduce you to this opportunity of what I've put together. And I'm so excited about this, even more than putting this training together for you guys, because it's so much more in depth. But this is the most concise and empowering training that I've ever come across throughout my journey through the personal development industry, specifically for teaching you all you need to know to access your ever-expanding heights of your potential so you can stop settling for mediocrity and start reaching for the extraordinary that you and I both know you're capable of. My greatest drive is to ensure that none of us actually live our lives filled with regrets, that we only realize when we've run out of time to make amends. And instead, we live life free from regrets by up-leveling in all areas of life to our highest capacity. And this, I believe, is the formula to do just that. So let me tell you a little bit about how it actually works. So each week, if you join, I'll be guiding you personally via live trainings on every single one of the 8 steps of empowered achievement. You will master each of the 8 principles and their associated laws and secrets and be given the precise tools that I use personally and with all of my one-on-one coaching clients to get what we want and enjoy the process in every single area of life. So I'll be working with you personally in a group coaching format where you can ask me anything and get my personal assistance coaching, everything with implementing all 8 steps into your life. No more learning without implementing, no more overwhelm or lack of progress. No more letting your fears determine your results. By the end of our 8 weeks together, you will absolutely walk away feeling empowered and exhilarated, ready to take on the challenges necessary to reach every increasing level of your potential in all areas of life. So you will have the formula for empowered achievement, the most valuable tool in your tool belt if you're ever to truly live a truly inspired, authentic, and outrageously fulfilling life. You were not born for mediocrity or for playing life half-assed. You were absolutely born to do the extraordinary and play life full out. And that's exactly what this program is all about. And better still, you'll be surrounded by a community of extraordinary like minds who are reaching for their highest potential and want to support and challenge you to get to your next level with them. So let me break it down even more. So in the program, what you really get is specialized in-depth live training on each of those 8 steps of empowered achievement that will absolutely blow your mind and inspire you into action so you can get absolutely extraordinary results in all areas of your life. This will happen every single week, once a week. I'm aiming for probably a Monday Aussie time, so a Sunday evening American time, but depending on who signs up, I will make the time absolutely perfect for everybody there. And then next, you get personalized group coaching with me, working with you every single step of the way to ensure that you're getting the most out of every step and transforming all of your struggles into absolute success. I want to work with you individually, go deep, and that's what this program is all about. And you'll also get that connection with an incredible community of like minds who are on the journey alongside you and have your back in the pursuit towards your potential. I don't know about you, but if you've ever, really grown and got into personal development, and, you can leave a lot of relationships and friendships and connections behind for people who just aren't into where you're going, and you kind of start going on in another direction. And that's why I think that this is such a beneficial aspect of the program. So definitely, those are what you'll be getting. So each week, like I said, you get a live group chat training with me, video training, you get actionable worksheets. So this is going to supplement every single one of these trainings. You'll be able to, by the end of it, you'll have a book that will absolutely be able to take with you throughout your journey of life and reflect back to this book and every single one of the trainings, the universal laws, the steps to take to break through the limitations that come up in each of these steps. You will have the Bible of absolute empowered achievement with you by the end. So you're going around with this and making it actionable every step of the way. And you also get that live Q&A and group coaching session with me. We go into our private group, and we'll be having these sessions every single week. You also get a live struggles and success session with me as well. So we connect 3 times via live video every single week throughout the week, spaced out. And this is where we get to support each other as a community, help break through any of the struggles that are coming up, and also share our successes and motivate each other, inspire each other. And you also get access to the private Facebook group. This is only going to be reserved for those in the 8-week program, and you'll absolutely be making lifelong friendships and connections to empower you to reach ever-increasing levels of your potential. And I love the Jim Rohn quote that I'm always talking about, which is, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. That's why community is absolute key. So you want to be surrounding yourself with people who are into this stuff, looking to do whatever it takes to get to their next level. And of course, you're going to get all of the love and the support and the challenge that's required to make this 8 weeks the most empowering 8 weeks of your life. So I have never offered something like this before. I'm on a mission to help as many people as possible reach their highest potential. So I wanted to be able to make the work that I do with my personal coaching clients accessible to a massively larger audience, because I know not everybody can work with me personally. My coaching rates start at $5,000. So I don't do anything below that with one-on-one coaching. And also I can't work with everybody. I'm limited by time and my own energy as well. So I only ever work with this really select small group of clients on the individual level. And that is why I wanted to make this special offering, and I'm super excited about this. This is round 1. So this is it, and it is valued at $6,667. That's hard to say. So this is really based on my coaching rates, because I'm going to be spending so much live time working with you individually and as a group to take you through these trainings, and that is the value of the program. But I have this special offer because it's round 1. I want to offer it to you guys also, and also it's a coaching program, so it's designed to be more accessible to you. So obviously I'm not going to charge my one-on-one coaching rates because I'm going to have a bunch of you guys in here with me, but you can get it for only $497. Like, this is just absolutely ridiculous, and it's only going to be available for this first round. For the full 8 weeks of training, coaching and community. So, this will be available for the very first round only, like I said, and I want you to be my case studies to get extraordinary results. So that's why I'm making it drastically reduced for this first round. And I absolutely want all of you guys who want extraordinary results, who are willing to do the work to get to the next level of your potential, and you would be happy to work with me and be an amazing case study. I want to make you absolutely successful. And so that's why I've put this program together, and I'm so excited to share it with you. When does it begin? It begins on the 26th of March, which is 2 weeks from now. So that'll be the Sunday, the 25th in US time. And I'm only limiting it to 20 people. That's all. And the reason why I'm only limiting it to 20 people is because I want to make sure that I'm going really deep with you, every single one of you as individuals. So I'm going to drop the link if you're ready to go. I'm going to drop the link in now. You can check out Claim Your Spot Now. I have 10 people who have told me that they absolutely want a place in this, and they haven't known what it is yet. And obviously those people are going to take precedence for these spots because they've already let me know. But I'm only going to limit it to 20 people. If we go over this amount, you'll absolutely be at the top of the list for round 2, but it's got to stay at 20 people so I can go really deep with each and every one of you guys. And I've dropped the link so you can check that out. So let's have a look, because I've got this extra special bonus for all of you action takers out there. If you sign up now while we're on this training, you will absolutely get this amazing 6-week online video training series that I put together just recently and delivered to a group of 700 entrepreneurial women. I took them for 6 weeks through the 4 cornerstones of empowerment. This is absolutely incredible. It's valued at $3,000, and I'm giving it to every single one of you guys on top of the 8 weeks of this group coaching with me personally and all these trainings, so that you can master this formula and absolutely have this as your Bible moving forward for the rest of your life to get everything that you want and totally enjoy the process. You're also going to get this 6-week online video training series, the 4 cornerstones of empowerment. It is absolutely incredible. So let me just see, because I definitely want to make sure that this is working for you guys. Oops. Let me just see if that worked. Just double checking so that I can make sure for you guys. Oh no, I knew something like this would happen. Let me hold on for a sec. I'm gonna, oh my gosh. Let me see why this is not working. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure why. It just seems like it's not working in that chat room. That's painful, because I want to make sure that you guys are absolutely getting on top of this. So how can I do this for you? What I am going to do is, why is that not working would be a good, all right. I don't know. Let me get back to that. I'm just going to take you through this, and then I am definitely going to dive in and work out why that link won't pop up in your browser. Let me just, before I hit send, I don't know. Okay, I'm sending it and it should be working, but it's not. So I've got one other quick, let me do this quick random thing that just popped into my head about how I might be able to get it to work for you, because I think the link is a little too long for this bloody thing. So give me 30 seconds. Just trying to remember passwords for different things that I never use. Let's see if I got it right. I think I did. Yes. Okay. Give me 1 sec. 1 sec. Let's have a look. Get rid of that. And shrink that. Let's see if I can get you with this one. Hopefully that works for you guys. Let me know. I'm just testing it for you, and I think that it does. Yay, it does work. So, all right. So, gonna get this for every special action taker. You know, you get, if you sign up now at $497, you are absolutely going to get this special training. So, all those people who let me know you would be really interested in this, and I've been reserving spots for you. You have to go through on this page and definitely claim your spot, and then absolutely you will be in. Can't wait to do this one for you. And thanks, Roxana. It's working. Awesome. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. Thanks for letting me know. So I want to ask you guys, are you going to let me help you access your limitless potential? I really, really hope that you are going to come on this journey with me. I could not be more excited already to give you all of these tools to unleash your greatness and go seriously deep with you personally so that you can absolutely empower yourself and get that empowerment that you need to access the potential that is within you. I truly believe that the quality of your lifestyle and fulfillment expands in direct proportion to the quality of action and implementation that you make as a result of investing in your personal development. I'm going to give you everything you absolutely need to be successful, to reach ever-expanding levels of your potential. And that is why I would love for you to let me access your potential with you. And definitely loving that that's working. I hope you guys are jumping on board and going for it. Like I said, starts in 2 weeks. It's limited to 20 people. And if you jump on this today, you get this special action takers bonus, which is valued at $3,000. So you're getting a program that's worth over $6,500. All the coaching, all the training, we're going to be working individually with you, plus the $3,000 with this special action takers bonus of the 4 Cornerstone 6-week online video training series. You're going to have lifetime access to these things, so you can continue to come back and do the work on these and make sure that you're absolutely getting it. And, you know, that's only going to be for $497. That's it. $497. This is like never going to be repeated. And I absolutely want to make sure that 20 people get into this round who are absolutely committed to increasing, getting to that next level of their potential, getting exactly what you want. I can't wait to share in that success with you. Okay, and so I want to make sure that you guys are getting this special bonus for being here until the very, very end. So definitely, I want to share with you guys my #1 tool for breaking through limiting beliefs and getting over all fears. So for all of you guys, you beautiful human beings who are still here with me, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for being here. And as my gift to you, I want to give you this free tool for breaking through your fears and limitations. So what I want you to do is I want you to drop in the comment section your email address so that I can, after this training, I'm going to absolutely email you my free gift to you, my absolute #1 tool for breaking through your limiting beliefs that I use all of the time to make sure that I am getting past my fears and my limitations so I can get to what I really, really want. So definitely want to send that to you. So drop your email in the comment section and I will most definitely send it over to you. And let's see, and that's really what I wanted to share with you guys. I have so much love and gratitude for each and every one of you. I so hope that everything that I've shared with you guys today has been so valuable for you. I hope you took a ton of notes and you're ready and to get into action and really implement what you're learning. And I want to stay here. I want to check in with your questions right now and see what you guys have been getting up to in this chat room and definitely answer anything that I possibly can for you. And I hope that you guys have been jumping on board. Let me know if you have jumped on board, and we're about to share 8 weeks of amazing empowerment together. Definitely let me know. So me scroll through any questions. Let me check what have I got. I can see we've got Aaron and Philippe's here and Simona. It's awesome. And Roxana, Sam, Anantha. Awesome. Kaden. I love it. And loving that, yeah, you're definitely getting clear on what areas of life you were really focusing on, from your career and abundance, Sam, and business, Roxana, Kaden, finances, yep. And you're actually excited by step 5. Oh gosh, step 5, organization and structure. It's exciting for me now, but it never used to be. And Simona, funny because you seem to be organized as you have been bang on time for our Skype meeting and this webinar. Oh, thanks, Simona. Well, you know what? That's like what I said. You always get organized wherever you have the most inspiration. I love nothing more than the work that I do. I'm super inspired to get to connect with you guys. So I'm always going to be definitely organized in those realms. Absolutely. And Ricardo, 8 is my problem, taking action. Or maybe I have to improve all the other points to get into taking massive action. Absolutely, Ricardo. The problem is most of us think that we can just think of an idea and then get straight into action, and we miss all the other 7 steps. We haven't really tapped into what inspires us. You know, we haven't really focused and got clear on what we want to cut away all the unimportant stuff. We haven't really been open to receiving so we don't block our successes. You know, we haven't got into our creativity and let our minds wander. We haven't got organized and structured. And then we haven't tapped into our intuition and really been deciphering what's really calling to us, being selectively, being intelligently selective, and also, you know, then taking the action. So yes, I definitely love what you're saying there, Ricardo. And I would say you've got to work on all. We've got to master all 8 areas. And really that is what the program that I've shared with you guys today is all about. So Justin, great stuff, Vanessa. Thanks so much for sharing this webinar. I like your courage, bravery, and the fact that you are reaching for your greatest potential. Thank you so much, Justin. That's so, so beautiful. And definitely, why don't I want to get back on camera with you guys. So why don't I do that? Hang on a sec. If I stop sharing the screen, and I come back on video. Hello. I love being on video because I feel a bit more connected with you guys. But I'm just going through all of your amazing comments here. So definitely keeping going. Kaden, step 1 and step 5 are the most important for me. I'm pretty clear on my personal values. Is that what I need to focus on for step 1? Absolutely is one of the keys, is absolutely knowing what is most deeply inspiring to you. You know, and definitely, you know, if we can't tap into our inspiration, we're not going to have sustained energy. So yeah, one way to do that is to identify what you value most. Absolutely, Kaden. And yes, so I love that. Absolutely. And Sam, I'm loving that you're loving the formula. And Ram, the 8 steps are holistic and complement each well. They synchronize. Absolutely, Ram. This is absolutely the best formula, best system I've ever come across in personal development to make sure that you know exactly what's going on. You have a system to work out what's limiting you, how you're sabotaging yourself, and how to be successful. And make sure that you're doing it in that order. So I loved that. And Dawn joined. You're a little bit late, but I hope that you will get the recording to this, and I hope you're going to join me in the 8-week program. And Lisa, maybe okay. And Anantha, question in the step 2. When we want to address multiple issues like career and income, relationship, happiness, how should we give priority to problems? Because each has its own urgent attention. Absolutely. An awesome question, Anantha. So with step 2, which is all about focusing on what you want, it doesn't mean that you have to focus on one thing and at the expense of all others. Of course, you know, we're going to have to be, you know, really focusing on multiple things. But what we need to do is have clear vision about what's our intention for focusing on these things? You know, what is our greatest vision for what we'd love to achieve? And then we need to start making our decisions and kind of, where should I focus here? Is this, if I focus on this, is it going to take me closer or further away from what I really, really want, from that clarity of that vision? So that's how we can start to get those priorities as to what we need to focus on in what order. So hope that helps. And this formula you can use by itself multiple times in different areas. So make sure you're going through all steps in your relationship goals, in your business goals, you know, so getting it all together in that regard. Hope that helps. And who else have I got? Thanks, guys, for letting me know that link wasn't working. Glad it is now. And Sam, yes, I have got you reserving a spot. So if you definitely want to make sure that you've got that spot, you're on top of the list. So definitely go onto that link that I dropped and claim your spot by going through and signing up. So can't wait for that with you. And gosh, I'm so excited about all this. And Anantha, in step 3, why vulnerability is crucial. And if we start to notice that vulnerable area in receiving, will it affect the quality of giving? Yep, awesome question. You're absolutely asking some amazing questions. So why vulnerability is so crucial to our ability to open up and receive is because receiving requires you to be vulnerable and open. And so we oftentimes get stuck in not being too scared to be vulnerable. We need to be in control. We don't want to let people in. And that is ultimately what blocks us from receiving. So we might do all the work in terms of getting inspired and then focusing on what we want. But then we're not open because we're so scared of being vulnerable, which is ultimately being open, allowing others to give without knowing. You know, you can't be in the know with vulnerability. You know, when you're a receiver, you're always in a position of vulnerability. So you need to get comfortable with that and realize its strength. And when we don't, we block our ability to receive. And yeah, absolutely. So if you cannot receive, you're only fulfilling half of the equation of what really love is. You know, loving is mastering the art of both giving and receiving. You know, and if you're only doing one side, you're not really going the depths in your connections. And if we look at it in terms of success and achieving results, receiving results, or whatever I was going to say, you know, we have to know that if we just give and we work and we give value, but we're not open to receiving and we're not asking for what we want, you know, then we block it and we end up like I did for a long time in my life, in my career, just giving, but too scared to create anything that had a price point on it because I was so scared of receiving. Now I know what value I can add, that this is an opportunity, and I'd be doing you a disservice by not creating something of immense value. And if I want to sustain this mission and I want to absolutely continue to grow and evolve and be able to give and contribute to you at my highest capacity, I've got to be able to sustain that. So I've got to be able to ask for receiving back from the value that I provide. So, you know, that's just a great example of what we're talking about there. Hope that was helpful, Anantha. And let me just scroll through. Just sign me up, please. Oh, Aaron, I'm super excited that you're joining. Make sure that you click on the link that I dropped and sign up. Can't wait to have you in there. That's so exciting. And Anantha, in step 7, is it all about the emotional intelligence? Because the art of dealing with emotions, failure, and people is so crucial. If that's the matter of the fact, how to master emotional intelligence. So what I would say to you, Anantha, is that every single one of the steps that we go through in this process, they are absolutely every single one of them is about mastering our emotional intelligence. So every single one dives into your learning. But, you know, if we really dive into that, you know, that ability, that principle of discernment and to be intelligently selective. So in step 7, you know, it's going to be emotional intelligence, you know, to have that level of self-love and to be more discerning and not get caught up in fearing what other people will think if we say no. So absolutely, but yeah, mastering your emotional intelligence is this entire formula, absolutely. And awesome, Kathy, awesome to have you here. Thanks for joining. And Caden, I would if I could. I know it's going to be full of value. Thank you so much for putting this together, Ness. Always a massive appreciation for you, and absolutely for you as well, Caden. Thank you so much, and I so appreciate you. I'd really love to have you a part of it. But Anantha, among steps, why law of guidance is not there, and what is the difference between law of abundance and the law of gratitude? Okay, so I'm not going to go into depth in terms of the laws today, but, you know, that's something that I'm going to really go in deep with the program, but it's what you really need to understand is the steps first, and then understanding the laws comes later. So don't get caught up in trying to understand the laws before you can absolutely own the principle, the secret, and work your way to that law to really fully understand and encapsulate it. Love that, Anantha. And thanks so much, guys, for dropping all your emails. That's awesome. I will definitely send you that free, amazing tool, my #1 tool for busting through your fears and limiting beliefs. Amazing. And I think I scrolled too much. Oh, Roxana has signed up. Yay. I can't wait to go deeper with you, beautiful. That is so exciting. And Rodriguez, thanks, Vanessa. You're so welcome. And Ram, I'm loving that you're finding this superb. That's so cool. And Dawn, I see the chat. Oh, I'm sorry that you didn't get this working. I'm going to send you a recording so that you can absolutely make the most of today's training and get a ton of value from it, Dawn. I appreciate you trying, and sorry it didn't work out for you. And Lisa, you are so welcome, my friend. And Sam, beautiful, loving this. I love that you're loving it. And Anantha, I would love to attend the 8-week coaching if I could, but I have some problems personally due to which I cannot afford it. I'm so sorry to hear that, Anantha. And, you know, I totally understand that it's not affordable for everybody. I've tried to make it as accessible. I think $497 is just with what you guys are going to get in this program. It's absolutely crazy. But that's exactly why I deliver free trainings like this. And every single day I do my Facebook Lives in the hope that I can add value all for free to anybody who might not be able to afford something like this program and go really deep. So I appreciate that, Anantha, and thanks so much for being here, my friend. And yes, you're in, Sam. That's awesome. I'm so excited. I'm so excited for you guys. And Haas, thank you so much, V. I'd love to do something like this when I'm able to. Step 1 is my biggest challenge. Yep, but I can see how all of this can really help me. Awesome, Haas. And, you know, you guys, one of the things, I want to just mention this because I learned this lesson from Tony Robbins and it completely changed my life. So Tony Robbins event at the end of UPW, Unleash the Power Within, I'd got a massive amount of value from what I thought was the most expensive program ever. It was $1,000 and I was scared even forking that amount of money out, but I got so much value from it that by the end, you know, he made an offer of Mastery University, which is $20,000. And I did not have that money whatsoever. Really didn't have that money. I was in a little bit of debt, didn't have access to it. And he made a really amazing point to me, which is that it's not about your resources. It's always about your resourcefulness. And if you're committed, you will do whatever it takes to find whatever you need to make the most of the tools that you need to get there. So that's what I did. And at that time, I signed up for $20,000 that I did not have. And I made it happen. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I made it happen. And that was the best decision I've ever made in my life. It was seriously scary, but I tested myself. And whenever you step forward towards and you're making an investment in yourself. It's a risk that you're taking, but when you put an investment within yourself, you reassure to yourself that you will do the work. You will do whatever it takes. You are backing yourself to make the most of this, and you're getting resourceful, and your resourcefulness is everything. So I absolutely encourage you guys to think about the level of value that you will get, I can guarantee. But you have to absolutely be backing yourself. And if you can't back yourself and believe in yourself, you're not going to get the results. So the sooner you do back yourself and get resourceful is the moment you absolutely step forward, leap forward, and unleash your greatness. And that is, you know, what I've experienced multiple times in my life as well. And yeah, I absolutely know that it's challenging, but get resourceful. I guarantee I will make it worth your while. Absolutely. I've got so much certainty around this. But I love that. And yeah, I love it, Kaden. Yes, turn the camera on. And I would love to take the training. However, not in a great financial place right now. I definitely get this for you guys. Really, I want you to think about your level of resourcefulness. But I totally understand. And like I said, it's exactly why I deliver so many free trainings for you guys, so that you are absolutely getting tools and value. And that is what drives me on my mission. So this is just that next step. And I realize not everybody can come with me on that journey as much as I really, really want you guys to. But I've got to sustain what I do, and I want to go super deep. So it is limited to only 20 people as well. So totally get that. And Aaron, you've tried a few times to sign up and it's still not working. Please, I'm going to drop that link again just in case. I mean, you might have just written that before I dropped that link, but I've just dropped it again just in case. And I've checked the link and it seems to have no problem whatsoever. So definitely, yeah, it's working. I'm just checking it again to make sure. So Aaron, click on that link that I've dropped in, the new one. It's a shortened link. So I don't know, it must just not allow me to send long links in this chat room. So that's why it wasn't working. But I can't wait to have you in there, Aaron. And yes, I love it, Sam. And Anantha, my area of improvement, a career, happy family life. Please show the steps again on the screen. Thanks. Sam, I so can't, but what I can do is I will send you all a link to the recording, and you'll have everything that we've gone through today. You'll have it in your email, and you can rewatch it. You can take, you know, if you didn't take notes, then you'll have the video and you can go back through all of those steps. So you won't miss a thing. And Rose, thank you, Vanessa. Love this. I just signed up for the 8-week session. Rose, this is awesome. I can't wait to go deep with you. You've been one of my beautiful one-on-one coaching clients who I've missed terribly. So that just makes my heart sing that we're about to spend another 8 weeks together. Pumped. So excited for that, Rose. You rock. And, oh, Aaron, you did sign up. Awesome. I can't wait to see you as well. This is so exciting to me. Can't wait to go so deep with you guys. Pumped, absolutely. Oh, I'm just about jumping out of my skin. Hassani, number one, you did it. Oh, Hass, you're just like my team member, aren't you? You're just like so awesome. Thank you for sharing that with Sam. You're obviously such an action taker with your note writing. I love that. And Anantha, Vanessa, thank you for bringing up this topic. I hope I could solve all my problems through this way. Love you so much, and much gratitude, my friend. I'm so grateful for what you do to help me. Anantha, I am sending you all of my love and gratitude, my friend. You rock. You saved the day today. Did you realize that? With letting me know. You shot me that email to let me know that that link wasn't working, and I rectified that so that everybody could make it. So thank you so much, Anantha. You are an absolute superstar, and I have so much love and gratitude for you, my friend. And Anantha, I'm sure I will get out of all the problems in soon and help this method and your guidance. Absolutely. And I'll have a place waiting for you, Anantha. That would be amazing to go deep with you. And Kaden, this is totally worth every penny. Maybe I can get get some extra work, web advertising clients this month and join. Kaden, you are absolutely thinking in the best mindset possible, getting resourceful. And you know who really depicted this for me in the most amazing way as well? The incredible Dr. John Demartini. So he does not give anything for free in terms of, you know, his programs and events. If you want in, you got to pay no matter where you are. And he had this student call in. And he said, Dr. Demartini, I love your work. I really want to be part of your program. And but the problem is I have no money. I'm only a student. I struggle with finances. And Dr. Demartini said, okay, well, great. I'll look forward to seeing you when you get over that challenge and you start generating your finances. And this student was kind of shocked because he thought Demartini would be like, oh, you're a student and I'd love to help you and here's the thing for free. But he didn't. And about a year later, this student came to Demartini's event and told him, hey, I'm that student that you weren't going to give anything free to. And I'm so grateful that you did that because I got resourceful and I developed a business idea that has made me this money plus a lot more, all because you didn't give me that for free. And so this really solidified that part for me, which was always too scared to ask, which put me in a really bad position and unable to really sustain what I do, to getting over that and owning that step of receptivity by communicating about what my needs are and being open to receive and putting out offers like this, knowing that I can absolutely deliver with true certainty. You guys are going to get so much out of this 8 weeks, and I'm going to get so much out of it because I get to work with you personally. You get to become my case studies. I'm going to make you seriously successful with this formula and really creating that Bible that you've got to go on moving forward with your life and be successful. So boom, so exciting. And awesome. Kaden, you're a rock star. And Sam, logged into your Limitless Potential 8-week training website, says oh, don't log in yet. You're not supposed to be able to log in yet. I haven't set it up, so you won't have the right thing there. But thank you, Sam. You are a superstar too for letting me know that. I'm so excited to have you guys in there. Gosh, Haas, you've always got my back, and likewise, my friend, you're an absolute superstar. And Sam, gratitude for sending me the recording. Absolutely, Sam. And Kaden, you're a superhero. I absolutely love you and all that you share with us. I've got so much love for you, Kaden, and I'm so grateful for you. You guys absolutely rock my world. I feel like I'm building such beautiful connections with all of you beautiful human beings across the globe, and it would be my absolute honor to go really deep with you guys. I'm so grateful for everybody who's already signed up. Oh my gosh, I thought I couldn't get any more excited just delivering this training for you guys. And now I've got you guys signing up and we're about to go seriously deep. Starts in 2 weeks from now. I'm going to send you all of the details. Make sure you've got them. And Hassani, I'll put my creative juices to work and see what I can do to get in. You guys are rocking my world with this improved mindset. See what happens when you get resourceful, you empower yourself. And that's part of my work as a coach, is to, give you the opportunity to absolutely move in a more empowered direction, get resourceful. So I love that. And Philippe, I'm so grateful for sharing this little training, but so valuable. It was very meaningful and significant to start doing changes in personal level for everyone. Thank you, Philippe. I'm so grateful that this was of value to you, and I'm so grateful that you joined me live, and all of you guys. It's so wonderful. And Sam, love the way you made your offer with boundaries. Thank you, Sam. I appreciate that. I've had to do a lot of work on it, so I'm grateful that you're seeing it. And I really could not be more excited. So I know I've got Sam, I know I've got Rose, I know that I have got Roxana, and I've got Aaron. So guys, let me know if you have also joined. I just cannot wait. And I know that Huss, you are going to get resourceful, and Kaden, you're going to get resourceful. 2 weeks till start. Both of you have reserved seats. I really want you guys in this program. and I would love for you to empower yourselves, get resourceful, and get there. This is going to be completely life-changing. It's going to be immense value. It's already nearly $7,000 of value. Plus, if you signed up today, you get an extra $3,000 of value. It's unbeatable. It's not going to be, happening again. This is for round one. So definitely jump on this. Make it happen. Let me see here. Anantha, I will write to you over email on the progress and problem solving step by step. Would like to get your insight and improvements I need to do. Can we still do a 15-minute power session? Absolutely. Definitely. Jump on my calendar and select a 15-minute time, and I'd love to dive on that with you. And Sam, Wednesday US time works better for me for the training. Yeah, so we'll talk about this. I'm going to create this Facebook private Facebook community for all of us to communicate in, and it's going to be there's going to be 3 times that we'll catch up. But if you can't make it live, you're going to get all the recordings. You're going to have login details to your own platform, and you're going to get all the recordings, so you'll never miss a beat. And if you can't make it to a live Q&A coaching session, you can always email the questions. I will absolutely answer them for you, and you can listen to the recording. But it's going to happen 3 times a week. So it'll look like probably a Monday, a Wednesday, and a Friday Australian time, which might look like a Sunday, a Tuesday, and a Thursday US time. But let's see where everybody joins from. I'm going to absolutely make it as accessible as possible. Pumped, excited, overwhelmed with gratitude and love for each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for everybody who has joined me today. You guys rock my world, and I'm so grateful that you spent your time with me today. And also, I am so excited for this 8-week journey that I'm about to take you, beautiful human beings who all signed up. I know, yeah, like I said, we've got Sam, and we've got Aaron, and we've got Rose and Roxana. I can't wait to see who else has joined and who will continue to join over this little time frame. It's going to be super exciting. Please, Huss, and please, Caden, I am cheering for you guys. Get resourceful. You will not regret this. This is going to be phenomenal. And every single one of you guys out there who are like, oh, but do I have the money? Get resourceful. I promise that I will deliver, and you have got my guarantee. So that's really it from me today, guys. Awesome, Sam. Thank you so much. I am absolutely sending, and Justin, I'm loving that this is a great webinar for you and tremendous value. That touches my heart. Thank you so much. So guys, as always, I'm sending you all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you, to wherever you are in the world today. I really hope it's beautiful, amazing, extraordinary, and I really hope that you're going to utilize these 8 steps. No matter whether you're coming with me on that 8-week journey or not, you're going to utilize the value of this training to absolutely get what you want and enjoy the process. And for all those people joining me on this 8 weeks, oh my God, prepare to get your minds blown. Life will never be the same again in an amazing, incredible way. And I'm so excited to go really deep and get to know you personally. So that is it. And I love it. Roxana is also cheering for Hasani too. I love it. That's so, so awesome. Please, guys, make this happen. You will not regret it. I'm so excited. Can't wait. And for everybody who signed up, look out for an email from me within the next 24 hours with all the details, all the excitement. You'll get all the login details. You'll be set up, everything ready to go. It starts March 26th Aussie time on a Monday, but I'm going to be communicating with you in that private Facebook group just for us. So can't wait to dive in, get this all organized for you, and make this happen. I'm super, super excited, and I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you a bit later on today. I'll do a Facebook Live as usual. They're not going to stop ever. Thanks. I love that you guys I love the community we're already creating in this little chat room here, cheering each other on to get in. And you're so welcome, Haas and Philippe. Much love to you. And Sam, much love and gratitude to you, my friend. Super excited. Thanks for starting my Monday in such a beautiful, perfect way and allowing me to fulfill on my mission. I'm so grateful for you guys. And please do stay in contact. Let me know how you're going with these steps. And I'll see you a little later on a Facebook Live, sending you all of my love. And I'll see you then.